All right, let's talk about a material that's so much more than just a building block. It's really a central character in the whole story of human civilization. We're diving into marble, the divine stone that's shaped our art, our buildings, and even our ideas about what it means to last forever.
So, here's a question for you. What could possibly connect a tiny prehistoric statue, the entire Roman Empire, and a super high-end modern surfboard? The answer is actually way more beautiful and timeless than you might think. And yeah, the answer is marble. Its name alone kind of gives you a hint about its status throughout history. It comes from the old Greek word marmarin, which means the stone of quality. So right from the get-go, this was never just some random rock. People saw it as something special, something better.
Okay, so let's start our journey way, way back, right at the dawn of human creativity. We're going to see how this so-called stone of quality went from being this sacred object for early people to becoming the literal foundation of empires and classical beauty. Our story really kicks off right here with one of the oldest stone artworks we know of, the Venus of Willendorf. Now, what's really interesting is that this specific figure isn't actually marble. It's limestone. But it represents that huge first step, right? Our ancestors choosing stone to give their most important ideas a physical form that would last. This is basically the moment art tried to become eternal. And that's the key, really, this deep human need for permanence. In a world that was always changing, stone was a way to connect to something sacred, something that would stick around. And while they started with things like limestone, it was another stone, one you could polish to this incredible brilliant gleam that was going to take that desire to a whole other level. And boy, did they take it to another level. The ancient Greeks took that need for permanence and scaled it up to something truly divine. I mean, the Parthenon isn't just some temple, it's a massive statement. That brilliant white marble wasn't just for looks, it was meant to look like Mount Olympus, literally creating a home for the gods right here on Earth. Then come the Romans, who were, amazing engineers. They took this godlike material and figured out how to make it more accessible. They perfected cutting marble into these super thin slabs, almost like a veneer, and that was a total game changer. All of a sudden, you didn't need giant, solid blocks to get that luxurious look, which let them cover buildings all across their massive empire. Now, if you want to get a sense of the sheer scale of the Roman marble trade, just try to wrap your head around this number. 160 metric tons. What could possibly weigh that much? Well, that massive weight was the cargo on a single Roman ship that sank while it was carrying a bunch of unfinished marble sarcophagi. This one shipwreck gives us this incredible window into the mind-boggling efforts, the danger, and the immense value tied up in hauling this precious stone all across the Mediterranean. Okay, so from Roman ambition, we're going to leap forward in time to the Italian Renaissance. This is a time when marble wasn't just for building empires anymore. It became the medium for revealing the human soul. And nobody understood this better than Michelangelo. His whole philosophy was that the artist wasn't forcing a shape onto the stone. No, he believed the sculpture was already inside it. His job, as he put it, was just to break the spell and set the figure free. The story of his David is the perfect example of this. He took this huge block of marble that other really talented sculptors had already given up on. They thought it was flawed, just impossible to work with. But Michelangelo saw something else. He saw David, just waiting inside. It's just an amazing story of how true genius can see a masterpiece in what others see as junk. So after the Renaissance, artists like Bernini took marble in a totally new direction. If Michelangelo was searching for this quiet, mathematical perfection, the Baroque masters like Bernini, they wanted drama, emotion. They made the stone feel like it was twisting and flowing, just bursting with passion and movement. So after hitting those incredible artistic heights, you have to wonder, where could marble possibly go next? Well, you might be surprised. Let's jump forward to the modern age and see how this ancient stone completely reinvented itself. I mean, it went everywhere. From the flowing, almost liquid shapes of Art Nouveau and Gaudi's buildings to the sharp, cool, geometric luxury of Art Deco interiors. It became a go-to for abstract sculptors in the 20th century, and of course, it's still a huge favorite in design today.
And this is where it gets really wild. The same stone that was used for the Parthenon is now being redesigned for our homes. You see it in minimalist kitchenware and little accessories, bringing this little touch of ancient history into our everyday lives. Marble has even become a pattern in itself, a symbol of modern luxury. You see those distinctive veins on everything from high fashion runways to, yes, designer surfboards. It's become this visual shortcut for elegance and cool. And get this, it's even being treated like a precious gem. Modern jewelers are setting pieces of marble right alongside gold and silver, which just proves that its unique beauty, which has been prized for millennia, is just as captivating as any diamond. So as we start to wrap this up, let's just think about this incredible journey. What is the real legacy of this one material? What does it actually tell us about who we are? Well, it becomes pretty clear that across thousands of years, across totally different cultures, marble has always stood for the same big human ideas: ambition and power, showing off wealth, and maybe most of all, that deep, fundamental urge to make something beautiful that will last forever. And this story is nowhere near finished. Today, marble is a massive global industry. Italy is still a huge player, of course, but now countries like China, India, and Spain are major producers too, each one adding new chapters to the stone's long history. I love this picture because it shows exactly where it all begins. Before it's ever a statue or a palace, it's a mountain. It kind of brings us full circle, reminding us of the raw power of the stone itself and the incredible human effort it takes to bring its beauty into our world. So in the end, marble is so much more than just a rock. It's a physical record of our history. It literally carries the marks of our biggest ambitions, our highest art, and our constant search for something divine, something permanent, in a world that never stops changing. From ancient gods to modern surfboards, marble has been our silent storyteller. And it leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. After telling our story for over 20,000 years, what new stories are we going to carve into it next?